The only thing that has kept me from this, Sean, is
Mhm.
I'm scared of failing again and being in a worse physical condition. That's the only thing that has stopped me.
Hey there, my name is Sean, and this is Suicide Noted. On this podcast, I talk with suicide attempt survivors and ideators so that we can hear their stories. Every year around the world, many millions of people try to take their own lives. We almost never talk about it. We certainly don't talk about it enough, not nearly enough. And when we do talk about it, most of us are really bad at it when we engage with people in pain. We suck at it. It's a problem. So one of my goals with this podcast is to do my very best to have more conversations and hopefully better conversations with attempt survivors and ideators, in large part to help more people in more places hopefully feel a little less shitty and a little less alone. That really is the main goal. Now, if you are in that category of people who have tried to end your life once or more than once, or have given it some serious thought, I'd love to talk. Please reach out. hello@suicidenoted.com. I'll get back to you. Simple process. We'll set something up and we'll have that conversation. You can learn more about this podcast, a little bit more about me and some of our projects at suicidenoted.com. Explore the podcast on Spotify or Apple, or perhaps there's another platform you use. The information is all there, and I'm always available to talk to or to message if you have a question. Remember, there is a poll on Spotify, a pink, purple pill question poll, ongoing. Please answer it. Please respond. Tell me why. I am so curious. Finally, of course, we are talking about suicide here on this podcast. My guests and I do not hold back. Please take that into account before you listen or as you listen. But I do hope you listen because there is so much to learn. Today, I am talking with Bree. Bree lives in Mexico, and she is a suicide attempt survivor. Hey, Bree. Well, anyway, I just want to let our audience know that I just forgot to hit record, and me and Bree had a nice introduction, and we were talking about things about middle-aged white men, and then she told me she's in Mexico, and I'm like, whoa, hold up.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You're
sir.
originally from California.
Originally from Laguna Beach, California. And then my career took me to Los Angeles for 15 years. So,
What were you doing in Los Angeles?
a celebrity photographer. I worked for Vogue for 15 years. So, that was my passion.
Could have used you on my tour.
Man, next time you go on tour, hit me up.
Everybody says that.
Everyone says that, but guess what? I have the receipts to prove it.
Boom. But you're not in California, you're in Mexico.
Due to a result of my suicide attempt,
Mm-hmm.
I had a stroke
Mm-hmm.
and I lost the heel ability.
Mm-hmm.
I was unable to walk for a year,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in a coma for 2 months. I was supposed to die, but I woke up. I realized that LA wasn't a place for me to heal. My family retired in Baja, Rosarito, opened a restaurant. So the people that I originally ran away from, I had to retreat back to heal.
You know, I'm planning on going to Mexico City very soon, right?
Bro, you're going to Mexico City. That's rad. I wish I was going to Mexico City. I'm in Rosarito.
Where is that?
So it's close to the San Ysidro border, an hour from San Diego.
Okay, you're right. I don't want to be there.
Yeah, you don't.
And you're there solo?
I actually just left a narcissistic, verbally abusive relationship of 6 years. So
I heard, Bree, the word narcissism is coming up a lot for me with people.
Man, I grew up with one and then ended up with one. And I was like, this is a pattern.
100%. And it's so hard to get out of, and it's so hard to, like, why do we get sucked back into the same shit?
I don't know.
And it's bad. I mean, if it's good shit, it makes sense, right? But if it's bad shit, you're like, wait.
In the beginning, it's good. The love bombing. The love bombing that they do, the promises that are not real, they get you hooked. And then the truth comes out, the mask falls off, and then the true colors are shown.
Yeah. Like pink, like my glasses, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe I'm full of shit. This is all a fucking mask, and I don't give a fuck about suicide attempt survivors. Who knows?
Honestly, the other day, this came from my grandmother. She said, maybe you actually did die from suicide and you're in hell now.
Let's go, Grandma.
Let's go, Layla. I was like, you know what? I'm a little stoned, but that kind of makes sense.
How did we find each other? Did you reach out? Yeah, you reached out. Oh,
I
okay.
reached out because someone else reached out to me and said, I spoke on this podcast a year ago. You should consider it. And
Right.
my whole thing was surviving. What I did is helping other people.
Right.
It's like, why am I here? I should not be here after
Well,
what I did.
maybe, maybe not. And someone who you know from what, Instagram connected us together? Tell me more. I don't understand.
I just run a mental health page, bro. And
I
she
love it.
follows me.
That's awesome. My feelings will get hurt, but have you ever heard the podcast before?
I have never heard it.
All right, so then you might be like, "This guy's weird." Usually, I assume people have heard it so that they know my style and vibe. You're seeming okay with it, but just so you know, this is my style. I'm glad you're okay with it.
I'm totally okay with it. I'm
Yeah.
actually I feel really comfortable
Yeah.
speaking with you. So thank you.
Before we really get into the Bree story here, given that you were a fashion photographer for Vogue, okay? I understand that Zoom is limiting and my lighting isn't very good, but if you were taking a photograph of me right now, what's one thing you would change? Only one.
Background.
Yeah, all right. I thought you were going to say my whole face.
Absolutely not. No.
Okay,
I
you're
would
okay?
create a background that complemented the color of your shirt.
Blue in this case.
Your shirt's blue. I would choose yellow. Complimentary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I like that. So
Yeah.
just so you know, if people are wondering, they probably have an idea of what I look like. Doesn't really matter. But all I
Yeah.
want to say about Bree's appearance, and look, we're a little bit on the down low here. We're not revealing that much, but I will say she's not wearing a blue shirt, just so you know.
No. Honestly, I didn't know I was gonna be like visually recorded, so I didn't get ready for this at all.
Well, it's just for me.
You can see my melasma. I have
Okay.
melasma after
Okay.
my stroke.
But Bree, nobody sees the video except for me. I use it just so I can communicate more easily. Purely a podcast. I just also want to let the audience know, and then we're going to get into you way, way more for a chunky period of time. If anyone's wondering, unlike me, Bree has nice hair. The rest of the visual, my listeners, you're on your own. All right. So we connected a week or two ago. We're talking. You're in Mexico. I'm in New Mexico. No, I'm not. I'm in fucking Arizona. Whatever. There's cacti around. Okay. Leave me
You're
alone.
gonna be soon. Soon.
Yeah. You've already shared with me that you had a suicide attempt, a stroke. You couldn't walk for a year. You were in a coma for 2 months. You got out of a narcissistic relationship. LA wasn't the right place for you to heal, and you went back to the place that you probably thought you wouldn't go back to, probably assuming family, because we do that. You escape and then you come back. So that's a lot of stuff.
You didn't mention my brain surgery. My
Oh,
brain hemorrhaged.
it'll come up. How old are you?
I'm 35.
Oh, so you got involved in the celebrity photo business at an early age.
As soon as I turned 17, I left home.
California?
I left to Los Angeles from Laguna Beach.
I'm not even gonna ask about your work that much because the whole LA photo celebrity young woman thing, I don't fucking like any of it. I fucking don't like any of it.
Yep, that's why I was okay with leaving it. Yep, I know.
Yeah, you were good at it. You said it was your passion, so that's cool.
I was able to make a living and be independent financially, which is really my main goal.
Yeah. How old were you when you had how many attempts do you have? The one?
I probably attempted 5 times. I
Mm,
really, the last time I went for it. I went
right.
for it.
Do you remember how old were you when you first started thinking about ending your life? Ballpark.
I was 26 years old.
Because up until then, that thought, personally, maybe I want to die, wasn't a real part of your life.
Not until I was 26, no.
What happened at 26?
I started experiencing depression and things that weren't really talked about. mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like spiraling. I was like, "Oh my god, like I feel bad. I don't know what's happening with me. All I know is I have to hang on to my career." At that time, I became internationally award winning. And I was like, I can't lose a career because if I lose it, I have to go back home. And that's not an option. So I deep dove into like so much research, so much research. And Eastern medicine actually ended up being my savior. But
Mm-hmm.
I found out that I developed borderline personality disorder at a young age.
You found out from like on your own research or with help from a doctor?
Oh, no, no doctor. I
Okay.
saw a doctor, but he just gave me 14 different prescriptions and medications.
Seems like a lot.
It was a
It's
lot.
it's LA, man. Just take some meds. You just get on with it.
Yeah,
Um,
everyone's doing cocaine. I'm over here like, I don't want that. I don't want
mhm.
that. I just want to feel better.
So the 14 medications didn't help you feel better.
No, I stayed on those for about 2 years, and then I realized that I was a lab rat. I got hooked on benzodiazepines. I got hooked.
Yeah.
And that was a really big, downfall for me because by the time I realized that I was addicted, I was like, but I don't want to feel what I'm feeling.
Right.
I hadn't found out about my mental health disorder yet. So I was like, these are the only things that make me feel regulated. So I continued to take them. My doctor prescribed them for 8 years. I just one day I woke up and I was like, I'm stopping this cold turkey. And that was incredibly difficult
Yeah.
because my body was very addicted and it went into a really intense withdrawal. I'm very headstrong, which is why I taught myself how to walk again.
You were 26 for your first attempt.
Yes, sir.
And I was asking you how you got there. When you were talking about particularly the benzos, when do those start?
So those started at 26.
Into your early 30s when you just said you were able to cold turkey stop.
Yes, sir.
At 26, when all this is going down and you're trying to figure it out and you get the 14 meds and they don't help, and then eventually you discover Eastern medicine, what happens at 26? How do you try at 26?
There wasn't a lot of resources like your podcast, for example. There was not a lot of information. Social media glorifies things that aren't necessarily real. And I knew that because I work for a magazine and I was shooting all these models and celebrities and I wasn't really getting the things that they have on social media now are way more effective and helpful, but they did not exist 10 years ago.
Wait, when you say effective, what do you mean? Effective for what?
Just about becoming more like aware of what
Sure.
was going on in my own brain and how to
Right.
manage it. I was experiencing symptoms like emotional dysregulation. I was erupting emotionally on people. The
Mm,
fear of abandonment was really intense, and I didn't
mhm.
I didn't know what that was. I didn't know that my actions were actually from a childlike state of pain. And instead of
Right.
being silent and in pain and quiet to keep myself safe like I was as a child, as an adult, I found my voice. I was like detonating on people. So I recognize that in myself and I'm like, this is not who I really am. I'm confused and I didn't like it. I isolated a lot because I was like, I can't hurt people. I can't hurt myself. Well, I can, but I can't like do anything wrong or say anything wrong. And I did a lot of research, and
Mhm.
I basically found this condition that is not, you're not born with it. It's handed down to you. It's a curse. But I had a really rough upbringing. So it all made sense. I met the criteria for
Yeah.
everything that it said. And then
BPD.
I started working on it.
I want to hear about a few things, and then I want to hear about the BPD and your thoughts on that and why you developed it. At 26 years old, you had your first attempt. Do you remember how you tried to end your life?
I do. Yeah.
Tell me, please, if you would.
Yeah. I took 30 Klonopin and like 20 Xanax, hoping
And
not to wake up, but I did.
did you go to a hospital?
No,
Did anybody know about it?
no,
Told no one.
nope.
Woke up, grabbed your camera, went back to work.
Yep.
That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
That must feel weird
It does. It does.
because you really wanted to die from what it sounds like.
Absolutely. Yeah. Intrusive thoughts, I don't do well with
Yeah.
intrusive thoughts. I
Yeah.
just don't.
Second attempt. We're gonna do these real quick.
My second attempt, I did a similar thing, but I took more medication.
Mhm.
And again, I woke up the next day. So
Same method, more of it, same result. Get back
back
on.
to work. Back to work.
Right.
Everything's fine. Just mask.
Right. Like if I saw you at work the next day, would I be like, nah, Bree's pretty good?
Oh, you would never know.
Mhm.
Ever. Ever.
Told anybody? Tell anybody that time?
I told my best friend, I didn't tell her about the suicide. I told her that I was considering seeing a doctor for depression. And she had been my friend since high school. And now I'm 26, right? So I really trusted her with this information. And she told me, it's all in your head. You need to party more, have more fun. Don't go to a doctor. Don't get on meds. It will pass. So
Okay.
my safe person, oh, I lost it in that
Yeah.
moment.
So those were the first two at 26-ish years old. I know you have two more before sort of the bigger one last year. Do this
Yeah.
happen quickly after or some time goes by?
I really don't recall the other two. I really only recall my last one, which was the most significant.
Before we talk about the more recent attempt, but we've given the audience something to think about, right? They know some of it, which is I love it. Storytelling, baby, storytelling. You come to the determination. It sounds like on your own that you have borderline personality disorder,
Yes, sir.
and this is in your. How old were you? It doesn't matter, but I mean, give me a ballpark.
I would say that I knew for certain at 30.
I know 5 years later, 4 years later, you try the big one. What do you discover about yourself and your life through this research? Why do you think you have BPD? And then, let me start there and then I can ask follow up questions. Why BPD?
When I was about 30, there were a lot more research and resources. I
Mhm.
took tests on BPD. I reached out to a psychiatrist who then officially diagnosed me with BPD. And when he told me there was no cure, in my mind, I was like, what? There's no cure?
Mhm.
There's no medication. There's no cure. All it is coping mechanisms. And I felt really hopeless at that
Mhm.
moment.
Tell me a little bit more about BPD. Yeah.
The number one
Yeah.
thing with BPD is fear of abandonment, which stems from, not having a stable upbringing. The other thing is loss
Mhm.
of self-identity,
Mhm.
unstable emotions, unstable relationships. God, I can't remember all 9 criteria at the moment. I'm so sorry if it's hard to understand me.
I
I
got you, man.
need
No, you're good.
I need speech therapy really bad. Really bad.
No, I can hear you. I can hear you. And I know that the audience will. And I'm not saying that to be nice. You're good.
Okay, okay.
But that
I'm
must suck
just
to have your speech fluency or fluidity be compromised.
Oh, yeah, I mean, not being able to walk for a year and not being able to talk for 2 months was rough, yeah.
I'm not going to ask this question now, but I wrote it down because I know the audience is probably waiting for, well, my audience probably not, but most people would be like, oh, and now you're better and everything's good. And I don't know for sure, I bet you don't feel that way.
If you knew the morning I had, I've been up since 5 a.m., Sean. It's not better.
Right. Because we love the pretty bow ending.
Of course, everyone does. Even
Nobody,
I do. I
Nobody
want
wants to
it.
hear that you survived this attempt. You have all, but you're so strong and resilient, which it sounds like you are. But guess what? A lot of people try and go through hard things, and a year later they're talking to me and they still want to die. But I don't know if that's Bree. We'll find out in a little bit. So, like,
I'm
give me an overview of your growing up years, and in context, the context being BPD, right, and the stuff that made.
Okay. So I was born My parents were in high school. It was an accident. I was an accidental baby. I was supposed to be given up for adoption. My mom had me and decided to keep me.
Mm-hmm.
My grandparents, who eventually raised me a little bit, said, okay, you can keep her. My mom had a horrible crystal meth addiction.
Mm-hmm.
She still does. My whole life she's had it. I think what really did it, why I got BPD, was one day I was about 5 years old, and my mom was really high. She took me into the bathroom and turned on the cold water in the tub and just proceeded to hold me under until I was,
Straight up murder
yeah,
attempt. Oh
yeah.
shit. Okay.
So she saw me turning blue and pulled me out. She started crying and called my grandmother and told my grandmother what she had done. Instead of my grandmother like doing the right thing, she was like, "Oh my God, I had never met my dad up until this point." Okay. Cause again, they were high school, it was a high school fling. An hour later, I'm in my mom's rocking chair crying with her after she just tried to take my life. And a 6'4" black man walks in who I had never met, grabs me, puts me in the car, drives to LA where he lives. I have no idea who he is. I've never seen him before. I was screaming, crying. He said nothing the entire ride. I had no idea who he was. Little did I know he was my father, and he had just come to pick me up for the first time in my entire life and take me away from my mother.
Hold up. Did you think you were being like kidnapped? It sounds like it.
Absolutely, yes.
And how old were you?
5. Imagine a 5-year-old girl and a 6'4"
Oh my god.
huge black man covered in tattoos.
I mean, if I were 5 and I was a little girl, I would think, I don't know if I would have had the thoughts or vocabulary for it, but very dangerous and very scary. And it has not the good black thing. Give me a fucking break. Just a
No,
person
no,
taking
I'm just
you. And
trying to give
sure.
a picture, paint a
Yeah,
picture,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I'm black. Hello, I'm
Yeah.
black.
No, I understand. I just don't want to be at all misquoted. Like,
No, no,
"Nah,
no.
hey, no, a dude fucking took a 5-year-old girl. It's
I will send you a photo of who my father is and looks like, and you'll be like, "Oh my God." He's a bodybuilder. He's
Mhm.
huge. So I had just been drowned, and then this huge man I had never seen before just takes me. I was very scared. Yeah.
So what happened after that?
I don't remember.
Okay. Where did you grow up with him, with her, somewhere else?
No, my father was in and out of my life, mostly out of my life. After my mom she eventually got caught drug dealing.
Mhm.
My grandparents took over custody of me, and those were my safe years. Those were the years I felt loved,
Mhm.
safe, seen, supported. I had a family. It was great.
How long was that for?
That was until I was about 13 years old.
By the way, is your mom white? Because 'Cause you're like mixed color.
I'm mixed, yes. My mom's Italian.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Okay.
Sicilian. Yeah.
Chilean gal and a big black dude making love. Okay. Sorry if you didn't want that visual.
No,
So
it's okay. In
at
a
30
high school bathroom, okay?
Oh, no way. I
At
can
a
only
party.
now I'm doing the visual.
Yeah, yeah. I give
Uh,
right back to you.
feisty fucking black Italian women. Jesus Christ.
I'm
Mhm.
not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna
Um,
deny that.
what happens from 13?
So at 13, my mother's older sister demanded that she get custody of me for tax
I was
benefits.
just thinking that, Bree. For some reason, I was like, it's a money thing. It's a money grab.
For tax benefits. She had 3 kids of her own. She is a female narcissist. Like, I've never met anyone more, um
You know what they call a female narcissist?
what?
A narcissist. Oh, she still got it, babe. Bree still got it. Fuck that stroke.
Great, it's great. I moved in with my aunt who had 3 other kids who were treated like gold. I
Mm.
was like the redheaded stepchild.
Mm.
It sounds so fucking victimizing, but it's just reality. It's just how it was,
Yeah,
you know? It's just how
yeah.
it was. As I've gotten older, I'm able to look back and be like, "Oh, that's what it was. Okay."
Right. And
Okay.
all of this is kind of what obviously contributing factors to when years later you're like, oh, that stuff might have been why I have BPD because you said you weren't born with it.
No,
It,
no
you
one
know, this
is.
is the stuff that contributes. We're summarizing. There's probably many other things we could throw in there too. Your high school, did you make it through high school?
I did. I was one of 3 Black students, something in itself, but I made it through high school.
I have a weird white guy question
Yeah.
because white people don't know this about black people. Well, I don't, and some other white people don't. And I can say about white people because I'm a white person.
Okay. Cool.
With the
I'm half
black,
white.
yeah, yeah. Okay, we don't count you.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The other 2 black people, girls or boys,
Voice.
darker skinned or lighter?
Darker.
That was hard for you, I bet.
Identity has always been extremely difficult for me.
So you're the
Yeah.
only black girl, and you're not even, I think, in some people's eyes, black.
But in Laguna Beach, I was the blackest thing they ever saw. When I got to LA, I was not black. I was
Right.
white.
I don't know why. I digress. So you get out of high school. Are you a wild child in high school?
No.
Are you just what are you?
Very introverted, very tame. Because if I acted out, I was physically abused by my aunt and
Oh,
her husband. I try to stay quiet as much as possible. I mean, her kids were wild and rampant and whatever, but
yeah.
I just tried to
Mhm.
blend in till I can get out.
Were any of those kids nice to you?
Yes.
I know at 17 you go to LA and you don't look back, and at some point you start your career, which sounded like it went well for a while. So well that when I asked you just to see how good you are, what would you change about this picture if you were taking a photo of me? Because by the way, I'm pretty fucking famous, Brie. Um,
I don't doubt that.
uh-huh. And you would say, and you said the right answer. I don't care that it's yellow. I love that you didn't change my face. I thought you were going to be like, well, I think you need, a
You
facelift.
have a great face.
Oh,
What?
well, I have good lighting.
Oh, oh, I don't.
You look great. We look great. We're good
Are you
looking.
kidding me?
Fuck you. I just,
You look great. Fuck you, Sean. You
I
look
can,
great.
we're not going to have, this isn't the you look great contest
No,
podcast.
it
Okay?
isn't. It's not that kind of podcast.
I
No.
can say you look great, and that's
Well,
my opinion.
thank you.
And
Thank
you
you.
can tell me to fuck off like you did, and I'm like, fine, I will.
That's great. I love it.
So before we started talking about the BPD and growing up stuff, you gave me an overview of the attempts. Before we get to the big one last year, do you want to share anything else? Not that you can't come back to this later, but about growing up in your early 20s in LA and all of that.
Well, one thing I would like to say is that I might sound really knowledgeable about what I've been through and what's going on with me. But when this started, I had no idea.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
completely uneducated, ignorant. I had no idea. My self awareness took years, and it's an everyday practice. Like, I have to
yeah.
work every day at this. It's funny. Someone's like, I worked on myself for 2 years. I'm so evolved. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, the work never ends, girl.
Right. And it's not like it feels like no one's sending you an email being like, I know it's hard, but you're growing. Like you just feel like life sucks, basically.
Yeah. God.
God, these Pollyanna motherfuckers. I hope you're not listening. No, if you need to hear this podcast, it's fine. You can listen, but still, I'm not sure I like you. Okay. 35-year-old Bree now in Mexico, 34-year-old Bree in California. Serious attempt. And you said when we were started talking or some point soon after, I should not be here.
No, absolutely not.
When you say that, do you mean that like in a philosophical way? You mean like it was an attempt that like you don't know how you actually survived it medically?
Yeah, correct, correct. Like, I am an anomaly. Anomaly.
Were you planning for your attempt?
I wasn't necessarily planning it. I just had a really terrible week of unfortunate events.
Mhm.
My service animal, my emotional support animal, which now I know kept me alive, died in my arms from COVID.
Dog?
Yes, my dog. My
Okay.
grandparents were kidnapped.
The grandparents that are in Mexico now?
Yeah, they're still kidnapped.
Your mom's white, your dad's black, and your grandparents are Mexican?
No, they're Italian.
Why did I think they were Mexican just because they live in Mexico? How dumb am I?
Oh, no, it's pretty white of you, Sean.
That's so white of me. Oh my god. I really wanna make that into a meme.
You should.
No, you should. It'd be better coming from you. Your Italian side at some point moves to
Migrated down here to
these are the
Baja.
ones this is the mom that tried to kill you.
Yes, my mom has lived in Mexico for 12 years as a drug smuggler. She just got caught. She's going to prison tomorrow.
Are we supposed to out her?
I don't care.
Wait, so her when you say her your dad, you don't mean your dad.
No, that is my father who is in rehab for sex addiction right now.
Who was living in Mexico?
Originally, my mother,
Okay.
who tried to drown me because
Right.
she found a lifestyle out here that supported her habit. And then she learned how to make money. And that was crossing over into California with illegal
Right.
things.
But and then 12 years ago, she moved there
I
with
met a Mexican man. Then my aunt has always loved coming to Baja. She just loves it. It's cheaper, it's pretty. We've always lived on the beach.
Mhm.
She decides to open up a restaurant. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to take my parents, my grandparents, and move to Baja and open up a restaurant and start a new life.
Hang on. All right, so just to be clear, because this is hard to follow. Your birth mom, the Italian woman,
Yes.
got impregnated in high school bathroom
Yes.
at a party with your dad, obviously, with a man,
Yeah.
large man, who tried to kill you.
Mhm.
Eventually learns she has got a drug addiction and eventually figures out that she can make money smuggling
Yes.
and then relocates to Baja, as you call it.
Yeah.
And her sister, your aunt who you lived with for a while, who wasn't very nice to you, and also goes down there. And then your mom meets a Mexican dude. Hang on. And then your dad, who was not in Mexico, but the sperm that made you man, is in prison for porn addiction or is in treatment for porn addiction or sex
Rehab.
addiction?
No rehab.
Okay.
Yeah, in prison.
Just trying to get all the pieces, the characters in place.
There's a lot. There's a lot. So I
Right.
don't blame you.
So,
And I'm sorry if
okay.
I'm
So, right now, as we talk, you're not in Baja?
and then
Oh, you are? Because Baja is very long if you look on a map. So you're like in the northern part. Where is your mom right
very.
now?
My biological mom?
Yeah.
She is being sentenced tomorrow in court for her felony. I'm not sure. She's in San Diego somewhere.
Oh, so she's gonna go to a US prison?
Yeah. She gets sentenced tomorrow, possibly up to 8 years.
Okay. And then where's the Mexican partner?
He was just murdered last week
My God. So in Mexico or in San Diego?
in Mexico. He was burned alive and tortured. Yeah.
Drug related?
He's been a fentanyl user for 12 years, maybe more. Yeah, drug related. Yeah.
Like cartel level stuff or just local?
Yeah. You don't get your teeth pulled out and your fingernails pulled out because it's not cartel. And then burned alive.
That's a message. Okay.
Mhm.
And then all the while, your aunt is in, not all the while, I'm sure it doesn't work, but so she's there. Is she like your aunt right now? Is she like in the next room?
She's actually at work at her restaurant, thank God. Otherwise, I couldn't do this.
Okay, right, right. You wouldn't be able to have this conversation. Why not?
Never, never.
Why not?
Because she is very abusive.
Still,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
like there wasn't a thing where like, oh, Bree's out like a grown woman herself and da da
I
da.
tried. I tried. Trust me, because I learned all the coping mechanisms and how to speak effectively to these kinds of people.
No,
And there's never any winning. They never take accountability. When they manipulate you, they somehow make it your fault.
sure.
Your reaction to their fuckery is your fault.
Yeah, it's called
So
gaslighting. They call it gaslighting.
yeah,
So why?
gaslighting. So I just choose peace now. I'm like, I'll stay silent. I just choose peace because the opposite of peace for me is detonating. Like I will detonate.
We're gonna hear more about the attempt because this matters here. But one thing, couple things. One thing that doesn't seem to matter at all, but I need to know, my brain needs to know, is what kind of restaurant does she run?
I don't know, man. It's like the Cheesecake Factory. There's
Oh,
everything. Yeah.
okay. And
It's
then
it's open till midnight. It's a
I'm not
karaoke bar.
I'm not going. You live in the same home with her?
Unfortunately, yes, I do. My stroke brought me back here.
Are there any other humans that live in that house?
No.
Well, you said you came back there from the stroke post-attempt to heal because LA wasn't a good place to heal.
And I came back with my partner, but I had to leave him. And my only other place to go was here.
I was thinking, I hate when I do this, but it's the normal brain thing of like, she had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Because that's not a healing place.
No, I am trying to heal in the place that broke me.
Like a person that broke you.
Yeah.
How long have you been there?
3 months. Sorry.
No, you take your time. We're good. And we can stop if you want.
I talked to my ex
Mm.
yesterday because I was like, I think that I might attempt again. He is very, very verbally abusive under alcohol. So today, just to get some kind of reprieve, it's a really bad idea. It's a really bad idea. But I'm going back to his house today because I need a break.
Oh, so you're gonna go there because it's like the lesser of two evils, kind of?
Yeah, it's like the devil that I know.
Oh man, I hope that goes okay, Brie.
It won't. It won't.
Mm.
It won't. But
Because if there were ever a time for him to step up, but are you in danger? Do you feel like your life is in danger? Beyond you taking it, do you think it's in danger for
beyond myself. Yeah. Unfortunately,
Okay. Let's go back a little bit. There wasn't anything, I don't know what the word was exactly. You weren't planning. Shitty week, service dog dies. What was that, last summer, or do you remember?
it was July 4th, 2023.
That's my birthday.
No way.
So 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So you were 33. You didn't choose that date because of my birthday, right?
Sean, I didn't. I did not. No.
Not that I'm a possible narcissist.
Ah,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
know, but we can have some fun and laugh a little bit when we talk about hard things. It's all good.
I have to laugh.
Right.
I have to because you saw what happens if I don't. I cry. I don't want to cry. I rather laugh. Yeah.
How'd you try that? How did you try on July 4th, 2023? Right.
So I ran into someone I went to high school with who was homeless and had a severe fentanyl addiction. My fiance at the time, my ex, I learned that he had cheated on me that week.
Is this
Like
the guy that you're seeing tomorrow?
today, in 1 hour, I'll
Yep.
be there. We co-parent a dog, so it's been kind of rough.
Okay. So 2 years ago, he's in the picture.
I had a really unfortunate week. My grandparents were kidnapped. I mean, my fiance cheated. My dad went missing. It all compiled, and I couldn't regulate my emotions, right? I mean, that's part of BPD. I don't want to blame it on that. Obviously,
Mm.
I'm sick. I ran into this person who I knew from high school. He was homeless, still doing okay because he's from Laguna Beach and his parents are enablers.
Mhm.
And I told him, I was like, I am so depressed. I want to die. And he said, I can help you.
Mm.
And I said, how can you help me? He was like, take these and you will die. And he gave me 10 pills of fentanyl and I snorted all of them that night.
So you run into an old friend, you say you wanna die, and he says, "Take these, you'll die?"
Yeah.
There was, like, no conversation other than that?
He wanted money and I had a little bit of money. So,
How much were the 10 pills?
oh, I gave him everything I had because I was like, I'm going to die. So you can have everything I have. $150 I gave him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you snorted it at home?
Yes, I did. My dog
No?
was already dead, so if my dog was alive, I never would have done this because
Yeah.
he was my reason to keep going. But I had felt like I had lost everything. My partner, my dog, my dad, my grandparents. I never really had a mother. So like I was like, why am I here? I struggle with my mind every day. It is so violent to me inside. No one can see it. When you live with an invisible illness, it's very complex because you look fine, right? On the outside, sometimes I was able to mask, but other people who have cancer, like if I had that written on my forehead, people would treat you differently, right? But when people meet me, I'm put together. I know how to mask because of my childhood. Everything's fine in my career. Everything's fine. I'm fine. I'm an introvert, but I can speak to people. I'm very good at communication. I appreciate communication.
I know for the other two other attempts, which were with meds, you went to sleep, you woke up. This feels different.
Very different. Very
What
different.
happened?
It just felt like I lost everything that
Mhm,
really I worked so hard for. Going to LA as a young female photographer, my
mhm,
industry was dominated by males. So it took a lot of work for me to get where I was. And then this mental health shit started happening and I was like, what's going on? I can't have this. After so many years of just isolating and pretending to be okay. I moved in. I met this guy, moved in with him. All this stuff happened over 6 years. And I was like, I lost myself. I was like, I don't know who I used to be. I don't know how I got here. All I know is that
mhm.
everything that I made from my life is gone. And I don't want to be here anymore. I work so hard every day to try to be positive and alive and it sucks. No matter how much work you do on yourself, no one else is doing work. So you still have to engage with people who are very unhealed. And that's also a me thing. I have to learn how to
Yeah.
be able to engage with people who are not working on themselves. But
Mhm,
it was very hard for me to accept because I admitted myself into a mental health treatment facility because I wanted the help.
when?
Oh, that was actually after the stroke.
Okay, so hang on, let's just do this chronologically.
Okay.
Okay, so that night, you try or that day,
Yes, that night, July 4th, your birthday.
my birthday, and alright, fine, you didn't wish me happy birthday, but you had bigger fish to fry that day.
Sorry, Sean. Sorry. Next year.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if either of us are fucking around next year, for Christ's sake, the way shit's going.
Sean, you're going to be fucking around. I don't know about me, though. I don't know.
What happens that night? I know you snort.
I
Yeah,
did it all.
yep.
And then I'm not sure exactly what happened. All I know is that my brain hemorrhaged my
Mm,
cerebellum, which controls our equilibrium. So now I have permanent vertigo. But if you ever had the
yeah.
spins when you're drunk, that's it. I'm
Whoa.
not spinning, but the world around me is constantly spinning. When I woke up from the coma, my doctor said, you survived it, survivable, but you'll never walk again. And I said, why? I have my legs. He said, well, you have permanent vertigo. So I don't know how you're ever going to be able to walk again.
Just question this guy's bedside manners.
His bedside manners, he was just so
Yeah.
proud of himself that I didn't die.
Mhm.
When I woke up from the coma, guess who was there?
Let me guess. Not your partner.
He was there,
Is that it? Is he the only one?
and my biological mother.
Okay. How did they react? What did they do or say?
I was unable to speak, so I
Uh,
just had to hear nurses for 2 weeks saying, "Oh, you have such a great mother, such a great partner. You're so lucky to have them." If you guys actually knew how this
right.
all kind of
Yeah.
transpired.
I'm not a nice person, to be honest with you, and you've probably figured that out. And I find that kind of language or communication, even if it's well intentioned, very condescending. There's like you don't know anything about my life. Don't
Nothing.
tell me how lucky or unlucky I am. I'm in a fucking bed. I have vertigo. I can't walk. I just took a drug overdose. I don't want to be alive. Stop
Yeah.
with the luck talk, bitch.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
John, you're a white. You're a guy. You can't call a woman a bitch. All right. Well, then don't listen to my podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. But she was a bitch. They're all bitches. All of them.
I do have a little bit of thing for nurses. I'll be honest. Mhm.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna say it. I'm not. I'm owning it. Do you think you're? I'm never gonna talk. I'm never gonna walk. And now I can't even kill myself anymore.
I failed at that. And then
But
I
like,
got a message from the
yeah.
guy who gave me the pills. He said, "You dumb bitch. You couldn't even kill yourself right. If you want to do it again the right way, call me." Isn't he a gem? He's
And he
great.
and he's a little rich kid?
Very rich.
But can we give him a little grace just because he's very addicted to drugs? Do you think that fucks him up?
Why do you think I haven't spoken to him? I could have talked to the police. I could have done a lot of things.
Right, you could have gotten him in trouble. I am sure he knows that. Were you, at some point in the last 2 years, tempted to find more fentanyl and try to off yourself again?
Yes. As of recently, yes. The last 2 weeks, yes.
How do you manage so you get out of the hospital eventually. Does somebody say, "I know you're going through a lot of stuff right now, and you're in a wheelchair, I assume? You're having trouble speaking,
Yes.
and you're dealing with the aftermath of a stroke, but do we need you to talk to somebody? Because you did try to take your life."
Yeah. No one said anything to me about that at all,
Hmm,
which is why I found a facility for mental health, took myself in it, and I stayed for a month. I was only supposed to stay for 2 weeks, but I did
mhm,
so well. They were like,
mhm.
"Stay, just stay."
And you had health insurance? Tell me you had health insurance, please.
I had health insurance at the time, yes. Thank
So
you.
they
Thank God.
covered Thank God. So they covered that, thank God.
Thank God, yeah. It was 4
And
grand a day, so I couldn't do
uh,
that.
4 grand a day. So I wanna do the math for people. 4 grand a day is 120 plus $1,000. So do you know who gets to do that? People with very good insurance or very wealthy people, and everybody else dies.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it is. So, I mean, dies those in that kind of situation. So if you're really wealthy or really good health insurance and somebody doesn't, and then you're gonna judge their condition, you should go fuck yourself.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
But in your case, Bree, we wouldn't be having this conversation if you didn't have good health insurance, it doesn't sound like, so.
Yeah. I got myself good health insurance.
Good.
Thank the Lord.
1 month in that joint. Where was that place?
I had gotten the insurance about 6 months prior to my attempt.
And where was this facility that you stayed in for a month?
It was in San Juan Capistrano, California.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah, it wasn't far from where I lived. It was
Okay.
nice.
1 month, positive experience?
Very positive. Very positive.
Did
But
you
again, I
Yeah?
worked on myself so much. And when I got out, I was still, I mean, everyone
Yeah, of course.
around me was like, and then I was bedridden in my ex's house for a year.
Because you couldn't walk.
They're gonna walk.
Did he take care of you?
He worked, but I mean, yeah, he took care of me, I guess,
Mm.
to whatever ability that,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Like, sounds like a moderate at best ability. And she
I paid for that. I'm paying for that right now.
I bet you are. I bet you
Mhm.
for probably forever. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's how it works.
Mhm.
That's how that shit work I'll help you out, but there's
Yeah,
a big capital B, capital U, capital T, dot, 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 for the rest of your fucking life.
that's right.
By the way, I'm looking at we connected on Instagram, and I'm looking at your photo. So
That's over the brain though. That's a mental health page.
who is that in the photo? Do you remember? I can show you.
Me and my siblings.
Siblings slash technically cousins.
Yeah, my cousins. Thank you. Yes, my cousins. I
I'm
know.
putting it together, and I'm putting the Bree story. I'm putting it.
Yo,
So
this is
you
a hard story to put together. So,
and I have a feeling after this, and you probably will listen to an episode because you're gonna be like, huh. I'm
oh,
I'm
you
s
bet.
I'm setting you up for that. I'm like,
You
a
bet.
few weeks from now, I'm gonna be like, "So did you listen to an episode?" Don't worry, I'm not the guy that's gonna be like, "And so can you rate and review it?" No, I'm not gonna do that. But now I just said that so that it'll, like, put it in your head, so, like, deep down, you'll still
Yeah. No, I will. No, I will.
No, I'm just playing. So, a year in the home, bedridden, eventually you start walking, and then
Yeah.
eventually you get the fuck out of LA.
So my partner, my ex, was not able to sustain the rent. We got evicted, and that moved us back to Mexico.
What do you mean back to Mexico?
Well, because I had been coming here to visit my family on my own accord. But he was like, listen, your family's in Mexico. It's cheaper. I think it'd be better for you to heal there.
Oh, okay. And then he came with you. So was he sort of like so he was in a rough spot too, because he's like, I'm kinda desperate too.
Right. right, right.
Nothing like two desperate people and one narcissist.
Yeah,
Those suicide attempts illegally.
right.
Put that in
But when I met, I was making a lot of money, a lot of money. So that was really interesting to him. He really was like, "Wow, she's really talented." I'll give you my other Instagram page. You can see my photos, and you
Well, you're very
think
good, and I do want
think
to
of
see it.
whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. But I'm saying I was able to make really good money
Right.
because of my ability. He thought that was incredibly attractive as far as me being self-sufficient, and I told him obviously about my upbringing and I was really transparent. That's the thing about me. I'm super transparent.
Not great with narcissists.
No, but I didn't know. I
I
didn't
know.
know he was a narcissist. So I was like,
I know.
yo, I think I found someone who's safe and I'm just going to be open with them because I didn't want to be in a relationship with all this shit going on and hide it. What's the point?
Yeah,
So I'm going to tell you what's
yeah.
been going on. And if you decide to walk away, that's your prerogative. I don't blame you. I would run, but he didn't.
So here you are now. You're going to go over there in like 30 minutes. You also said that you, for the last couple weeks, have been thinking about how to kill yourself.
Yeah.
So what are the options?
This time I would inject it. The only thing that has kept me from this, Sean, is
Mhm.
I'm scared of failing again and being in a worse physical condition. That's the only thing that has stopped me.
Yeah, by the way, my listeners get it, but there'll be a lot of people in the suicide community that won't understand why I would try to not talk you out of doing it. Let me say this half tongue in cheek, so people finally fucking understand. Bree, is there anything I could tell you that would change your mind?
Absolutely not.
Thank you, done. Let's move on. That wasn't scripted.
I'm living this life, not
Right,
you.
right, 100%. But it is cool that you chose to talk with me, given all you're going through. I mean, it's hard because you're active. You're not in like passive suicidal. It sounds like you're pretty active. So if this comes out in a few months, you're gonna hear it.
I sure hope so. Yeah.
You do hope so.
I hope to be here to hear it because that means that I found a light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm just talking about this because I know now there's someone out there who is struggling with the same exact thing that I am.
Definitely.
And when I originally started struggling, I felt alone. I thought
Mm.
I was completely alone. For me, my whole purpose after I woke up from the coma was like, I survived this. Let me just be more transparent because when I was in LA, I couldn't do that. But now I'm in Mexico and I'm like, why the fuck can't I? I can.
How many of your old friends or people in your life, your work friends, your work colleagues at the LA scene, keep in touch with you?
Honestly, more people from high school keep in touch with me. LA people, not
No.
so much.
Yeah. Okay.
Not so much. No.
Okay. And how many people know that we're talking?
No one. I mean, the girl that referred me, she will know.
Like right now, nobody knows you're talking.
No.
How many people know about your last attempt other than your ex and your mother who showed up in the hospital?
The people that follow me on Instagram,
How many people do you have to talk to if you're wanting to end your life and you could actually share that with them and it'd be okay?
none. You, one.
Well, one now, but we have this sort of, what do you call it? Parasocial relationship or whatever you call
Right,
it.
right.
You will have BPD for the rest of your life. How does that work?
I will have it the rest of my life. The only way to you can't recover. I mean, you can't recover. You can live a happy life with BPD. You have to be aware of
Mm.
your triggers and you
Sure.
have to work the steps. It's work. Endless. Like emotional regulation is a huge thing. Huge thing.
Oh my God.
People don't understand. It's suicide prevention, it's an addiction prevention, it's so much prevention. Like
Mm.
being able to recognize your feelings. And I used to be extremely reactive.
Hmm.
That's another thing that contributed to my suicide attempts. Extremely reactive. I grew up in this loud, reactive Italian family.
Hmm.
And after I woke up from the coma, one of my biggest realizations was like, oh no, I cannot keep doing this knee jerk reaction thing. So I've implemented I just experienced abuse. But instead of reacting, I'm going to pause. I'm going to think about what emotions is brought up for me. And instead of choosing fight or flight, I'm just going to remain calm
Mhm.
until I know how to respond appropriately. I didn't have that skill.
But sometimes you forget all that shit and you just flip the fuck out.
And that was my life.
But now don't do that so much?
You think I don't want to beat the fuck out of my ex or my aunts? I do.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
And I can. I can.
Oh, you can take your ex?
100%.
You can physically kick your ex's ass?
Yeah.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
you, like, a really strong woman, or is he kind of not a very strong guy?
He's very strong. Even with my vertigo, like my ex told me about 3 months ago, he was like, I would never physically challenge you ever.
Alright,
Which
so
is
at least
why
he hasn't been, physically abusive.
he's never been abusive and he's never been abused. But do you see me
Yeah,
defend myself?
right. If he doesn't get his shit together,
I mean, this might be his
motherfucker.
last day. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I don't know.
One question. So, when you say grandparents, whose parents?
My mother and aunt's parents.
Where were they living when they were kidnapped?
Mexico.
Oh, so everybody moved the fuck down there.
Everyone did.
But
Besides my siblings, my cousins.
they were kidnapped due to the daughter's drug use?
When my biological mother, who was taking care of them full time, got popped at the border, they were left in the house unattended with her fentanyl addicted boyfriend, and he allowed someone to come in and take them.
And where are they?
They're like 40 minutes from me. I went there. I
Wait,
did go there.
wait. So they're currently kidnapped. So you can visit them though?
I don't because it's just like it's a major trigger.
No, Bree, what I don't understand is when someone's kidnapped, usually we don't know where they are.
I know.
So they can't get out, but they're stuck there, but you know where they are and you could go there, but you don't want to because the trigger.
I've gone to the police, but in Mexico, it's very different here. The laws are so different here. Like elder abuse is not a real thing here.
Shit.
I've been in an altercation with the kidnapper. I mean, I've been unsuccessful in every attempt.
What do they want? Money?
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
siphoning their money every month, their social security.
That's a whole different podcast. I know we've talked about a lot of things. I always ask a question. I always ask a question about myths or misconceptions. I'm sure you have many around suicide and narcissism and BPD and whatever else. But I want you to just think about one or two really big ones that when you think about it, you're like, nah, that's fucking bullshit.
In certain circumstances, I think that people think that suicide is selfish when really, if people knew the emotional and mental pain that you are constantly battling every single moment of every single day, on top of outside influences and circumstances, if they knew how crippling it really was, I think that maybe there would be a broader or a more, because they say commit suicide as if it's a crime. It's not a crime. Died by suicide is the correct term.
I'm not correct, but yeah, correct for you, your choice. I think yeah, but it's treated like a crime sometimes, even though it's not
Yeah.
actually in the
Well,
US.
the word commit, is a crime word.
Yeah, it's a crime associated word. In some countries, it is a crime, by the way.
I bet it is. Oh, 100%. I bet it is.
Yeah, if you listen to the podcast, wink, wink, you'll hear a lot of people when I ask that question talk a lot about like it's the selfish thing. I have a pink and purple pill question. It's a big one. If I give it to you right now, if you take it, you go to sleep. There is no pain. You don't wake up, and nobody even knows it's a suicide. If you'd like that to be part of the equation, what would you do with it right now, Bree?
Take it.
Easy.
100%.
How long do you wait?
One more cigarette and done.
Like we're not even getting off Zoom. It's that quick.
Nope. Yep, that quick.
I don't want that to happen while I'm on Zoom with you for some
No,
reason.
it's not gonna.
Well, but if you wanted me to be, I would be like, I'll be there for you. But
what sucks is that I'm sad that's not real.
you'd have one more cigarette.
I would.
If this pill could be any flavor, it's the last thing you'll or take.
Watermelon.
Watermelon, pink and purple. The colors kind of vibe well with the flavor. How long would you want to be dozing off for before you close your eyes and you're done?
5 minutes.
And in those 5 minutes, if you could dream about anything you'd want to dream, do you know what you'd dream about? What?
me before all this happened.
Oh, you would. You would think
Me
about.
at 20, me at 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25.
What should you be thinking about?
Yeah.
Would you want it to be that no one knows it's a suicide, or would you actually prefer they did know?
For a year, I kept it to myself. I just said I had a stroke and I was in a coma and I had brain surgery. And then I
Oh,
was like, let's, because I was ashamed. There's
so
a
you didn't
lot
tell
of
me.
guilt,
Right.
a lot of guilt and shame associated with what I did.
Of your actual attempt we're talking about, right?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I did it. I hold accountability for what I did. It was my choice. I never went after the guy because guess what? I did it. I
Mm,
chose it. I don't want him to be doing this to other people, of course. But like, I made the page to be like, listen, I used to feel so alone, and I'm not alone, and neither are you. I totally was like, listen, I told everyone half the truth, but I'm
mhm.
going to tell you everything. I was struggling deeply with mental health issues. I was at a really bad low, and I decided to take my life. And that resulted in a stroke and brain surgery. And then I fell into a 2-month coma where they said I would die. Absolutely. But I woke up. I don't know why I woke up, but I'm trying to figure that out.
So you can walk now.
Yes.
You have a slightly slurred speech, although I don't really hear it,
Yes.
but that's what you said.
Oh, no,
What
it's
are
very bad.
the other side effects of this?
I lost 37% of my eyesight. As a photographer, that's very
Mhm.
devastating, and I'm unable
Yep.
to drive at night, and then just the constant spinning. When I
Mm.
walk, it's not perfect. I look a little bit drunk, to be honest, because 'cause I'm spinning.
How do you buy food? Like, where's your money coming from?
So right now I'm on temporary disability until I'm able to figure out how to get permanent disability. Being in Mexico makes that very hard. When the Social Security office reached out to my hospital for my permanent disability, they never responded, so I got denied. I saw another doctor who gave me the temporary disability, and they were like, "You are fucked up.
Mhm.
You will never." I mean, they didn't say never, but like your quality of life now is not ever gonna be what it was. We're so sorry, but like you have to be on disability because I mean, with
Mhm.
vertigo, it really limits your capability to do things.
Sure.
So when you're born physically able to do anything, and then you have
Mhm.
to, relearn life being physically impaired with limited mobility, it is very depressing. It
Oh,
has
man.
contributed to a lot of my depression. I had to use a shower chair for a year. I couldn't stand in the shower. I couldn't shave. I couldn't see. I couldn't wash my hair. I couldn't do a lot of things. It was very difficult for me to accept that this is my new reality. The walking thing, I was like, fuck this. I have 2 legs. I'm going to fucking walk. I don't care if I look drunk. I'm not going to be
Mhm.
bedridden. So I did. Now it's been about a year.
How are you back to, like, the way you used to walk?
I'll never be back to that way. I mean, I go to the grocery store at 8 a.m. and I look drunk because I'm just trying not to fall.
Oh, shit, so when we got on no one knows this, but when we got on Zoom and I was like, I was joking, was like, "Get your shit together and have some coffee." You were just trying to fucking stabilize probably.
Yes.
God,
Yes.
thank you for not hanging up on me.
No, no, no. I was just trying to see, like, I was trying to get to, like, light. I was like, "Oh, fuck, I can't drink coffee because my anxiety is way too high."
The stuff you're wrestling with, it's like you've been physically your body is greatly compromised. Your ability to work is and I'm not you know this, so I'm not trying to pour fuel on fire here.
No.
But it's like permanent physical damage. Maybe some way of making money these days online, but that's greatly compromised. And also, I would imagine like love life. And I don't just mean with the guy now, but I mean just like in general, like
Oh,
it
yeah,
might
I've
be
been
harder to
celibate for 3 years.
yeah. And I'm not just talking about sex, like a companionship, partnership, and of course you
Intimacy, any kind of, like,
friends.
intimacy, platonic intimacy is even
Uh,
I can't really do that right now. I
How do you
mean,
get, how do you, had my real last question, I was going to ask you sort of, not that I need to end on an up, because I know that you enjoy your cigarettes. I want to ask you sort of a two-parter question. It's like, how do you get through the day? What are your days like, kind of thing?
I I try to create as much as I can because art is it's my only fuel these days. Again, spreading awareness to other people, even though sometimes I feel like a fraud because I'm telling people you can get through this as I'm crumbling, literally. A lot of people are crumbling. So, like, yo, we're in this together and like it will pass. And I don't
Yeah.
know if it's gonna pass,
Don't fall.
Sean.
Right. That's clear. Like, when's your birthday?
May 16th. I'm a Taurus.
You're a Taurus, I'm a Cancer. So you'll be 36 or 37? 36?
I'll be 36, yes.
What's the likelihood that you'll be 36 years old?
But the way things are going right now, I don't know.
Fair answer. Hey, thank you for talking.
Of course, thank you.
I really appreciate it. If you want to add anything more, we can reconnect. You can shoot me an audio, whatever, because I know it's hard to get everything out and who knows what you might have forgotten. But I feel wonderful about the conversation in that I appreciate you talking with me and being honest.
Honestly, it was very cathartic for me, and it's really nice to just be able to talk to someone. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome, man. I hope your day is at least decent and appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Take
You're
care.
cool.
You're cool too. Bye.
Bye.
As always, thanks so much for listening and all of your support. Special thanks to Bree in Mexico. Thanks, Bree. If you are a suicide attempt survivor or ideator and you'd like to talk, I'd love to talk with you. Please reach out. Easiest way, hello@suicidenoted.com. Check out that Spotify poll on the pink and purple pill question. Give us a rating if you would on Apple. 5 stars. It helps. Not an ego thing. It's helping people find the podcast thing so maybe they feel a little less shitty and a little less alone thing. And that is all for this week's episode. Stay strong. Do the best you can. I will talk to you soon.